Hey everyone, bloodmako here, and this is my Lufinia Plus review of the recent boss rush event. It's just called Very Hard Plus, but I mean it's understood that it's Lufinia Plus. So the beginning, these whales are actually, the way I see it, the main boss of this entire boss rush. They are incredibly tanky and have very annoying mechanics if you're not running a tank. So I did this before I actually had Oren, which is why you see me running Galuf instead of Oren. Actually, in some ways, Galuf is better because of how many times he can counter. Because for Oren, it's AoE 1 HP dump, whereas for Galuf, it's actually 2 with his LD and an additional 1 more from his S2 if you master it. And these bosses, they actually do have 1 physical attack, so if Galuf dodges it, which is like a guaranteed thing, it will be 3 HP dumps in total. Yes, I remember this. Right, the reason why I had to restart that was basically because I decided that instead of using his burst plus immediately, it was actually more beneficial for me if I actually applied the LD first. Because I believe I was taking a turn order and I realized that Ace was actually not going to take another turn before the boss. So yeah, which is why I wanted which is why I restarted, just so that I can apply the LD first and then go into the burst. So I run Setzer here because nobody here is super synergy and I want damage. So and in fact most of the damage is from off-turn damage, so everybody will basically benefit a lot from the fixed dice Setzer's LD buff. Because if it's off-turn damage, the cooldown, the buff duration will not change because it's based on how many turns your party take, not how many turns the enemy takes. So I feel like it's the perfect, buff in a sense for this fight, because these bosses at about 79% they will actually take many turns basically. So basically how that mechanic work is, if any one of your character does any action, including calls and C65, the bosses will actually replace. Basically after you take the turn, the bosses will shift their turn forward and immediately go. And I'm pretty sure this can be mitigated with confuse and paralysis, in the sense that even if they shift their turn forward, they will not take an action, but it's easier to just run a counter tank. Because first of all, these bosses, they mainly do single target with I think 1 or 2 moves of AoE Brave only damage, so you don't have to worry about AoE HP damage. And if you're running Galuf, then honestly you don't have to worry about it because of how Galuf's passive healing works, so you don't really have to worry about dying in that sense. So right here, I use Great Spiral instead of his HP variant, is because I wanted to keep right here, because you see, if I push them over the 79%, then this will happen. No wait, after this, yeah. So right here, yeah. So correct. If I had used his HP attack and applied another trap, then those 3 turns each of traps would have been wasted. So right there, I was actually just maximizing my my debuff, my trap debuff on the bosses, because I saw that Ace turn is actually coming up. So that's why I didn't do the HP variant. I just decided to go for the Great Spiral combo or something like that. So right there, I wanted to just trigger more traps, wanted them to go more often, just to get Galuf to counter more often. That is basically the entire fight basically. I use calls now as compared to at the beginning of the fight, because first of all, because of how often they go, your debuff call will not last very long. So the calls are there mainly to just get the boss to attack, just so that Galuf or whoever your tank is can counter. Gladio works as well, it's just that Gladio's buff is really short. So granted he's not going very often, but I'm not exactly sure if he is able to cut down the bosses before his buff ends. That's it. So yes, as you can see, this is a perfect scenario for fixed dice. Enemies are going more often than I am. Galuf is doing rainbow damage with that. So yeah, another reason why I'm running Setzer instead of those those battery units or characters is basically because of that unique, annoying one turn debuff on my party right now, and that is Brave regeneration or something like that is nullified. It is 0. That you can have 0 Brave regeneration. So the only Brave they can get is through hitting them, and yeah, that's pretty annoying. So that is actually why I ran Setzer, because initially I had put Butts in. I believe it was Butts, Galuf, and I can't remember who was the last one, but that was my initial plan at least. But I did manage to clear it. Don't get me wrong, with BT plus and you know, just because the debuff is only one turn, right? All you have to do is just do a 65, and so I did manage to clear it. It's just it took longer than I would like, because that particular party took I think almost the entire 30 turns, mainly because nobody could get battery. So yeah, decided to opt for this party instead, and yeah, they actually do really well because of all the off-turn damage. Yeah, look at that. So the double HP down plus. Oh man, they're doing innovation. Double HP down plus when you do that ram, yeah, that is the one ability that Galuf can counter twice. So yeah, this is also why rainbow damage is so good on Galuf. He hits quite often, and often as I was saying. So yeah, I don't have to really worry about this. It is just a brave attack, but it does apply that the brave battery freeze again. So yeah, do take note. Whenever it's an all attack, it is normally their freeze thing. Also, they do it at a certain HP threshold, which is 79% when the first orb comes up, and I believe 1 or 2 more times. I can't remember. I'll put it in the description anyway. But yeah, they will do it a few times, and it's really annoying because it is not their turn, but they still do their action. So yeah, but anyway, Galuf will still counter. Any tank that counters will still counter, you know? So you don't have to worry about it. I love Ace of turn damage with Setzer. It is a beautiful thing. Look at it, cap damage. So the orb is pretty strange. I'm not sure if there was a wording issue, but it is basically range brave damage or something like that. Let me just take a look. The other one is to I believe the brave is, you know what, I'm not gonna make a mistake, I'm just gonna read it from here. So a player takes brave damage reduced by effect. So it's basically they have attack down or something like that, which fits perfectly with Oren's counter. Because his counter is a full break or something like that. So, and I believe that is very similar to Pain's debuff. She has one debuff that is something break also. So yeah, basically attack down debuff effectively. And none of my characters have that. So what you're seeing right here is all, I mean, me maintaining the orb is basically cause of the other condition, which is actually maybe there is some reduction somewhere, maybe from Gabroth. I'm not sure if I run him. Either that or one of my calls basically. and that's the reason why there was a point of time where I'm not sure if I hit it here or later on in the fight, but the orb actually went down to 0. But because of Galu's counter and me taking reduced damage, it went back up to 8. Or was it 4? I can't remember. And then I believe I summoned. Something like that. So yeah, the other one is increased, target, oh my god, I can't read. Count target takes range, weak, grave damage. So it's pretty strange that they put range because Oren's counter is, or it should be melee, right? I mean, he actually goes and hit the guy. So I'm not sure if it's wrong wording that Square Enix used, but yeah, I believe it should have been melee counter. Or maybe it is range, I'm not sure. I have not read the description on it. But look at that, 14 turns. I believe that was Ace burst. Yeah, Ace burst. So yeah, 14 turns we still and I still have the summon. So I'm doing pretty good actually. In fact, I didn't expect this team to do so well. If I had, I would have put a Thunder and Chant Call on one of my party, preferably Setzer. Seeing as, look at it, I still have Jack's LD Call. So yeah, I would have put someone like either Cryo or I was thinking, maybe Cryo because of the next boss, but yeah, Cryo or man, I'm blanking on her name. There's another character that can enchant your party with Thunder. You know what? Let me take a look. Let me just check. I know she's from Van's story. It's there we go, Ash. The Queen, right? So yeah, I can't remember what was I checking here, but I believe I was checking for the party and the HP because of Galu's missing HP. But since it's a kind of self-damage, it doesn't count. But yeah, so I would have ran either Cryo or Ash, just so that I got a Thunder enchant and I can at least go further into the next boss fight. Because as you notice, I don't have any Thunder or Lightning or Water enchant, so I cannot maintain the orb in this fight. So that's the issue I'm facing out here. So I was thinking to myself, you know what? I'll just do as much damage as I can. Then I'll just end it early if I have to, and I'll bring my next party in. Because I actually plan to use 3 parties. I am not going to torture myself and do a 2-party run. For all of you guys that are doing 2-party runs, it's good for you. You know, you do you. As long as you're enjoying the game, who cares, right? So yeah, I decided to do 3 instead of 2. And you see me spam a lot with Ace C65. I mean, look at that. Look at his LD. I have 2 more LDs and I only have 9 turns left. So yeah, running out of turns more than my ability usage. That was pretty funny. So yeah, I just wanted to get the damage in. I wanted to get his burst effect in. You know, the you've activated my trap card, you know, that kind of thing. But no, I believe I do manage to trigger it. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember. I think I do. But yeah, yeah, that's the only reason why this team is still staying in. If not, I would have just replaced them with my second team at the start of the fight. That's it. It doesn't matter. I mean, based on how tanky the first boss is, I was telling myself, you know what? I should be able to deal with this boss, right? Even if I start from 30 and they are at 100%. But yeah, then I noticed that their health was actually going down really fast. So I was like, huh, okay. Seems like the really tanky boss is only at the beginning of the fight. Which I believe it's not the first time. So I believe when FIFA first came out, the first boss was the most tanky one. So yeah. I was looking at the turn count, 7 turns, and I was looking at the health. I was like, I know the orb comes out at 79%, so I saw that A had quite a bit of health before the 79%, and then look at that, Blind Start came in and immediately brought them down to 83 and 82. I was like, huh, that is a lot of damage. I mean, granted I am doing cap damage, rainbow numbers, stuff like that, but one blind start was about 2%. So I was really surprised, honestly, because of how much damage it is. But yeah, so yeah, one turn left on the burst effect, 5 more turns in total. I decided to just, you know what, just do as much damage as I can. I have 10 turns on the orb. Even if they take a turn, which I won't let them, I still should be able to maintain it with my next party. So yeah, right here, you know, look at the damage. Beautiful. And there we go. What I was saving everything for. God, the damage. Whew. I love it, man. So as you can see right here, if I had a lightning enchant on my party, I could have continued. I didn't have to switch out, and Galuf would have been able to handle the orb, basically because of all his counters. So yeah, I would have done way more damage. I probably could have brought them down to 50% with that team because of how strong they are. I mean, Ace still had a few more of his LDs active. That's not including his, I think it was 2, so I think that was his last one, and I still had his HP variant of it. So yeah, I definitely could have been able to do way more damage. So this was my second team. Something to take note is that for this boss, they actually counter melee attacks with counter Firaga at about 50% or 49% mark. So the thing about that is they will counter with obviously the attacks that I just said, but if it hits, it will remove all buffs on that melee character. So Auron doesn't dodge. In fact, he doesn't counter if he dodges. So you might want to remove all your dodge passive on him. But yeah, if Auron gets hit by it, then I believe he will not counter because he will wipe off his buff. Either that or he'll only counter once, and then all his buffs are gone. So Auron isn't really a good choice right here unless you can stun them, which is why I brought Ramu, because his unique stun actually prevents them from taking from countering. So yeah, I mean, I didn't know at this point of time. At this point of time, I actually brought Ramu just for the thunder. That's it. I didn't do it for the Imperial. But yeah, I thought it's pretty funny how it worked out. Just received a text from my colleague. So yeah, this team is basically here. I mean, Garnet is super synergy, and the reason why I brought her for this particular fight is because of the water and thunder damage. I brought Zidane because initially I wanted to go for a FF9 team, but the thing was I wanted to bring a Burst Plus character as well. So yeah, that is why Cloud Darkness is here. I wanted to say Call of Duty. So yeah, Cloud Darkness is here mainly because of the BC Plus, and Zidane is here to really take as many turns as possible to really maximize Cloud Darkness burst effect. And that's it. That is one of the reasons why I brought Zidane. If not, I could have brought Beatrix. She would have been better actually, because of how her kit works. It is not melee, it is actually lightning or thunder damage. So yeah, Beatrix would have been a better choice because she can counter as well. But she would not have gone really well with Cloud Darkness, because Cloud Darkness will delay them. Beatrix don't want them to be delayed. So yeah, I mean, on hindsight, Garnet is actually a really good choice for the first fight as well because of all the turns that they're taking. So it will keep counting her overhead bar. It will keep increasing it to 4 quickly because every single one of your move, the boss will move twice, one on each boss. So basically, every time you take a turn, the counter will go up by 3, effectively. So yeah, that is why Garnet is also good for the first fight. But I feel like Setzer is better because of how much damage he can bring into the fight, of how his fixed dice work. So yeah, I wouldn't change my first team. My first team is really good. If anything, I'll just change the call. So yeah, like I was saying right here, I go into the summon, and the summon actually puts the Ramu's unique debuff on the bosses, so they can't act, as you will see at the end of the summon sequence at least. But it actually says unable to act due to something judgment. I forget what was Ramu's unique debuff called. But yeah, so it all worked out. I kind of expected that they won't counter in the summon sequence, which is why I actually went into it, because I knew that if I continue attacking with Zidane, he will effectively be useless. He won't be able to do anything. Which was kind of a waste, because I wanted to go into his burst sequence. So yeah. And the reason why I opted to go for the summon is because I feel like the burst would have been overkill. He will have definitely be able to kill the bosses, especially if he's I like to call it the finisher, but yeah, especially if it's finisher. So yeah, a bit of overkill. So I wanted to save it for the next phase. So I mean, Garnet had a lot of LD left, so I just decided to use it right here. I didn't have to refresh it, I believe. But yeah. So use free energy, AoE. Yeah, there we go. So both them. So if my first team had brought them down to 50%, I'm pretty sure I would have maybe another 10 more turns, give or take. So I would have had way more time to finish this particular boss, who is not tanky. It's not tanky at all, but would have been nice to have been able to finish this with 2 party. Use Stellar Circle because I wanted the AoE Brave Shaving, and I knew that if Zidane broke any one of them, he would just steal their turn, preferably B. Yeah, in fact it has to be B, I believe. So yeah, put the Jack LD debuff on them just so that I can do that little bit more damage in the burst sequence. And here we go. So this boss rush is not difficult. In fact, it's pretty easy. I was actually enjoying myself doing the kind of damage to the bosses. But if you're having trouble, I mean, you shouldn't be having trouble. I mean, even if you don't have burst plus characters, even if you can just bring your normal burst characters. As you can see, Galuf, as most of us will have, he's doing wonders there. If not, then Gladio, which like 99% of us put for him. Just all you have to do is just make sure that his debuff is extended, using like someone like SARS or Hope. Then I'm pretty sure you just slowly kill them. You can just even run Ace, with his LD. And maybe just bring some burst character just for that little bit of additional damage. For the second one, it's pretty easy, Cloud of Darkness. You can bring Garnet. Base Garnet works as well. Who else? Beatrix. There are so many options. And for this fight, I was actually thinking to myself, 850,000 damage. That is pretty, is quite a significant amount. But then I realized that they are not melee or range resistant. So you can just bring Squall. His burst. If you have his burst. Even if you don't have his burst, his S2, I have no idea how to pronounce it, but his S2, he does a shit ton of damage. You run him with someone like Garland with his LD, and if you have his burst, they'll just melt. You don't even need having a tank here would be good, but you don't even need a tank. You can bring someone that can delay, someone like in my third party, you'll be seeing him pretty soon. Once this party is done talking, shredding. I won't say shredding, but yeah, actually it is shredding. Look at the main boss health. He's almost 50%. That's how much damage I was doing. I didn't realize that. So yeah, I was saying if I had like additional 10 more turns, I'm pretty sure I would be able to finish them off. But oh well. But yeah, I keep forgetting his name. I can't remember. I'm very bad. Yeah, let me see. Struggle. That's who I brought. Yeah, struggle works as well. If you don't have or have not built Squall, struggle works as well. He can delay. He can meet that 850. I believe it's 850. HP damage requirement. So yeah, I mean for struggle, the more ads or the more enemies there are on the field, the better it is for him, right? So let's see. Yes, 850 HP damage to all enemies in one turn with one character. So yeah, Struggle is able to do that. Twins is able to do that. Who else? Squall. I'm not sure whether Garland is able to, because yes, it is of 4 HP down, 2 on the same character, 2 on the same enemy, and then slash on the other 2. So yeah, maybe Garland will be able to as well. Cloud Runners definitely. I'm pretty sure there's a few more characters, you know, with all the recent changes and all the increased damage to you know. Oh, sorry, not really increased damage, but buffs to so many of the older characters. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a lot more characters that are able to hit the damage numbers. And if you're having difficulty, all you have to do is just go to burst. You know, it's not even difficult anymore. Butts is able to do it with his burst. In fact, I can do it twice. Burst plus, you know. So yeah, struggle is there mainly for to break them effectively. He's not here actually for his damage. He's just there to make sure that they are pushed back constantly. So I just went into the burst plus, and then I believe almost instantly, yeah, in the minute it was Bart's turn again, I just went into his burst sequence. So I just didn't want to waste time on bosses that, I mean, this boss is already half dead, you know, kind of a waste of time. But yeah, didn't have to do that. Just wanted to get rid of the free skill. Again, I didn't have to do that, but you know, it annoys me when I have that free skill and I don't use it. So yeah, that's why I used it. I mean, look at the damage. Whew. It's even nicer than the other 2 bosses. A bit wasted that they came out of break when Struggle is doing this. But I mean, the effect is still there. He pushed them back by 2 turns. There we go. Went into his C65 just to get his burst buff to level 2, so that it will be 3 here. Not that it matters honestly, because of how Bart works. He will always battery himself at the end of the skill. So yeah, I mean, look at health, 18%. Oh, by the way, you do have to take care of the 2 ads once the boss is dead, because you have to kill them at least once. From the way I understand it. So some of the damage would have been better on the ads, but it doesn't matter. I have 18 more turns. These people are dead, you know. Look at the damage. Is that cap? I believe that. It is cap. It's been so long since so many of my characters are able to do cap damage, you know. So yeah, I have 2 more LDs. In fact, I believe I should have just spammed their LDs. Yeah, I should not have used their normal skill. I would have taken lesser turns, I believe. Yeah, definitely lesser turns. That was like a third of the LD's damage. Again, I should not have done this as well. I should just use his LD. But I think it doesn't matter for Struggle, because his LD is also a 1 HP down. I believe so. So yeah. Is Bart able to increase the count with this? He is not. Yeah, he is not able to. So Bart's LD doesn't increases the the op count. He is, I think, shy of a few more damage. So it would have been nice. In fact, I should have used struggle to delay them, but it would have been nice to mark when I take a turn. But look at that, 8%. Basically, if I had used Twins LD, or if I had delayed with struggle, then these two ads would not have taken a turn. But oh well, not the end of the world. It doesn't matter. I didn't even take HP damage, and even if I did, Alexander would have killed me up. So yeah, 8%. What a joke, man. But yeah, I had fun doing this. Cap damage with struggle. And I mean, this is the end of the fight. So my team comps, my spears, passives, all at the end of the fight. I'm just gonna end the commentary right here. And yeah, guys, I'm pretty sure you guys are also able to clear this. Shouldn't really be having an issue with our burst plus characters. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.